Hello everybody, how are you all doing? I welcome you all for the first language English class 10 poetry. Yes children, today we are learning about our poem CLM by John Masefield, class 10 and poem 10. Okay. Now let's go with pre-reading activity. Yes children, let me ask you one thing. Have you noticed the increasing of the old age homes nowadays? What is the reason? Let me tell you, it is all because of we children. Because parents have been neglected, rejected and disrespected. We are not loyal or lovable to our parents. Here, our poet wants to bring to our notice how he feels the absence of a mother at the age of 6. Okay. Now, we can see a statement here. What is that? Rudyard Kipling states, what is that he is stating? God could not be everywhere, so he created what? He created mother. Yes children, whom we have with us? We have a God in the form of mother. So, how much we have to love that mother, is it not? Yes, let us come to our statement here. Can you think of one line dedication to your mother? Here, let me remind you that so many children complain that my mother always tell me, she will not leave me, she wants to tell me something or the other thing and I hate my mother. The person who scolds you, who always reminds you of your well-being is the best person on the earth whom you can ever have. So, that is your mother. Please have this in your mind. Don't be disrespectful, don't be neglecting your mother because she wanted you to be the good. She never wishes to be something wrong with your life. Children, let us dedicate few words to your mothers. Here there are many images. I cannot bring all the mothers on the screen, but you can imagine your mothers in that place. Put a true words, sincere words from your heart for your mother. Okay, let's start our session now. See there, first thing, yes, thank you mom for bringing me to this world. We are very thankful to our mother. We are here because of mother, because of our mother. Yes. Next we are coming to another picture here. You can see there. Thank you mom for taking care of me when I was sick. Yes, we forget all these things. Next one. Thank you mom for being my first teacher. Next children. You can see a mother there. Thank you mom for protecting me the time of trouble. Yes. Next one. Here you have been enjoying. See, thank you mom for cooking healthy food for me. Mother adds love with her cooking. Okay, not in a hotel, in a home. Yes children, next we see there a mother. Thank you mom for counseling me in the time of conflicts. But we take in a different way when our mother counsels with us. Okay, don't take otherwise. Yes children, we are moving on to another picture there. See the mother, she is carrying a child, having the burden. Thank you mom for all the suffering you bore for me. Yes children, we are moving on to another picture. See there the mother's sacrifice. Yes, thank you mom for all your selfless sacrifices. Finally, we thank our mother with own heart. Thank you mother for everything. You place your mother and tell her that thank you mother for everything. What I am is because of you. Thank you mother. Okay children, now come to our lesson. What is that lesson? Our poem. What is that poem? CLM. You might be seeing in a short form, is it not? You will come to know in detail what is that CLM means. And it is written by John Masefield. Okay, let's come to the poet now. John Masefield, he is the poet. Okay, now let's come to his details. Masefield was born in Ledbury in Herefordshire to Judge Masefield, a solicitor, and his wife Caroline. His mother died giving birth to his sister when Masefield was 6 and he went to live with his aunt. His father died soon afterwards following a mental breakdown. Okay. He was an English poet and writer and a poet laureate from 1930 to until 1967. Among his best known works are the children's novels The Midnight Folk and The Box of Delights, and the poems The Everlasting Mercy and Sea Fever. Okay children, now let's come to our poem. What is that poem name? CLM by John Masefield. Okay, let's come to the poem. Take your books and start reading along with me in your houses. Okay. In the dark home where I began, my mother's life made me a man. Through all the months of human birth, her beauty fed my common earth. I cannot see, nor breathe, nor stir, but through the death of some of her. Down in the darkness of the grave, she cannot see the life she gave. For all her love, she cannot tell whether I use it ill or well, nor knock at dusty doors to find her beauty dusty in the mind. If the grave's gates could be undone, she would not know her little son. I am so grown, if we should meet, she would pass by me in the street, unless my soul's face let her see my sense of what she did for me. What have I done to keep in mind my debt to her and womankind? What woman's happier life repays her for those months of wretched days? For all my mouthless body leached, a bird's releasing hell was reached. What have I done or tried or said in thanks to that dear woman dead? Men triumph over women still. Men trample women's rights at will, and man's lust roves the world's untamed. O grave, keep shut, lest I be shamed. O grave, keep shut, lest I be shamed. This is what our poem is. Yes, so beautifully written, is it not? Now we have a suggested reading from in our book, that is Mother. In Kannada we call it Avva by P. Lankesh. Yes children, this is a inspiring poem about mother. See here, I have requested Father Kantaraj, a principal of St. Mary's School, Jhansi Diocese, Uttar Pradesh, to translate this poem, because he is also a poet, a writer and a musician and composer. He is much talented in many things, so that I can give you a better translation of this poem in Kannada. Let's watch this poem and come back to our session. Okay.
ಅಮ್ಮನಿಗಾಗಿ ಜಾನ್ ಮೇಸ್ಫೀಲ್ಡ್. ಮೊದಲುಗೊಂಡೆ ನಾ ಮಬ್ಬಿನ ಗರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ, ನನ್ನಮ್ಮನ ಜೀವವೆನ್ನ ಮನುಷ್ಯನ ಮಾಡಿತಲ್ಲಿ. ಮಾನವ ಜನ್ಮದ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಸಗಳಲ್ಲೂ ಉಣಿಸಿತೆನ್ನ ಒಡಲ ಆಕೆಯ ಚೆಲುವು. ನಾನಿದ್ದೆ ಕಾಣದೆ, ಉಸಿರಾಡದೆ, ಕರಗದೆ, ಕೊಂಚ ಕೊಂಚವಾಗಿ ಮಡಿಯುತ್ತಿದ್ದಳು ಆಕೆ. ಸಮಾಧಿಯ ಅಡಿಯಲ್ಲಿನ ಮಬ್ಬಿನಿಂದ ತಾನಿತ್ತ ಜೀವವ ನೋಡಲಾರಳು ಆಕೆ. ಹೇಳದೆಯೇ ಆಕೆ ತೋರಿದಳೆಷ್ಟು ಮಮತೆ, ಬಳಸಿಹೇನೋ ಇಲ್ಲವೋ ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ನಾನದನು. ಧೂಳಿಡಿದಿಹ ಕದಗಳ ತಟ್ಟಿ ಹುಡುಕಲಾರೆ, ಮನದ ಆಕೆಯ ಚೆಲುವಿಗೆ ತುಂಬಿದೆ ಧೂಳು. ಸಮಾಧಿಯ ಬಾಗಿಲ ತೆರೆದಿದ್ದೇ ಆದರೆ ಗುರುತು ಹಚ್ಚಳು ತನ್ನ ಪುಟ್ಟ ಮಗನ ಆಕೆ. ನಾನಷ್ಟು ಬೆಳೆದಿಹೆ, ನಾವೇನಾದರೂ ಭೇಟಿಯಾದಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾದು ಹೋಗುವಳು ಆಕೆ ತನ್ನ ಹಾದಿಯಲ್ಲಿ. ಕಟಾಕ್ಷಿಸಿದರೆ ನನ್ನ ಆತ್ಮಾರವಿಂದ ಆಕೆಗೆ, ನನಗಾಗಿ ಏನೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡಿಹಳೆಂಬ ನನ್ನ ಪ್ರಜ್ಞೆ. ಮನದಲ್ಲಿ ಇರಿಸಿಕೊಳ್ಳಲು ಏನ ಮಾಡಿಹೆನ, ಆಕೆಯ ಹಾಗೂ ಸ್ತ್ರೀ ಕುಲಕ್ಕೆ ನನ್ನ ಸಾಲವಲ್ಲವೇ ಇದು. ಯಾವ ಹೆಣ್ಣಿನ ಹರ್ಷದ ಜೀವನ ಮರಳಿಸಬಲ್ಲದು, ಆ ದುರ್ದಶೆ ದಿನಗಳಿಂ ತುಂಬಿದ ತಿಂಗಳುಗಳನ್ನು. ನನ್ನ ಬಾಯಿಲ್ಲದ ಶರೀರ ಹೀರುತ್ತಾ ಎಲ್ಲ, ಹುಟ್ಟುವ ಮುನ್ನ ನರಕವನ್ನು ಮುಟ್ಟಿಸಿ ನಿನ್ನ. ನಾನೇನು ಮಾಡಿರುವೆ, ಪ್ರಯತ್ನಿಸಿರುವೆ, ಹೇಳಿರುವೆ, ನಿಧನಳಾದ ಆ ನಲ್ಮೆಯ ವನಿತೆಗೆ ನಮಿಸಲು. ದಬ್ಬಾಳಿಕೆ ಗೈಯುತ್ತಾರೆ ಪುರುಷರಿನ್ನೂ ಸ್ತ್ರೀಯರ ಮೇಲೆ, ಕಾಲಡಿ ನುಸುಕುತ್ತಾ ಸ್ತ್ರೀಯರ ಹಕ್ಕುಗಳ ಮನ ಬಂದಂತೆ. ಪಳಗದ ಪುರುಷನ ವ್ಯಾಮೋಹ ಧ್ವಂಸಗೊಳಿಸಿದೆ ಜಗವ, ತೆರೆಯದಿರು ಸಮಾಧಿಯೇ, ಅವಮಾನಕ್ಕೆ ಗುರಿ ಮಾಡದಿರು ನನ್ನ.
Now I welcome you again for this lesson. Yes, I really thank Father Kantraj for his wonderful contribution in translating that poem, and thank you so much. So let's come to the glossary part. First we will see I told you what is the short form of that CLM. You have been knowing, you have been reading CLM, is it not? The expansion of that is Caroline L. Masefield, the poet's mother. Now come to the new words of this poem. What are the words? Wretched. So it is, the meaning is miserable. Okay, the people live in the wretched conditions with no running waters. You now come to next word, that is triumph over. That means defeat. Okay, in the end, good shall triumph over evil. Keep in mind. The meaning is remember. Go where you like, but keep in mind that some places are more problematic than others for people traveling alone. Now come to another word, undone. Undone means it's opened. Okay, the top few buttons of his shirts were undone. Now we are moving on to another word, rove. Roam about. Okay, you are roaming about. See there the sentence. He spent most of his time roving and visiting the holy places. Now come to one word for the statement. One thing you have to notice here is that you have to select from the poem. Now you have to go into deep with the poem and select the word, one word for the statement. Okay, guess the answer from your poem. Now let's see. First one, the child's body was not mouthless in the womb, but its mouth was not being used. which is the one word which is suggested in the poem. Can you find? Okay. Now see the word. Mouthless body. Come to the next word. Sucked life out of her like a leech. Consumed mother's life for its growth. Okay. Which is the word which you find? Now see the word. Leached. Is it not? It is there. Now we are moving on to another word. Ignore the rights of women and treat them as if they are not important. Okay, which is the word there you can find? See, the word is trample. Okay, these are the words which resemble certain meanings. Now children, we are coming into the rhyme scheme of this poem. Why we have to know while reading a poetry? Rhyme scheme means this is the poetic devices we have to understand other than the meaning and the poem summary, all other things. We have to understand rhyme scheme also. Let's know in detail what is rhyme scheme. Rhyme scheme is a pattern of rhyme that comes at the end of each verse or line in poetry. In other words, it is the structure of end words of a verse or line that a poet needs to create when writing a poem. Many poems are written in free verse style. Okay. Now we will deal with our poem, speciality of our poem. Let's see. It is a couplet. What's the meaning of couplet then? A couplet is a literary device that can be defined as having two successive rhyming lines in a verse and has the same meter to form a complete thought. It is marked by a usual rhythm, rhyme scheme and incorporation of specific utterances. Okay, this is what a couplet is. How it is relating to our poem? Then we have to think that our poem is also a couplet. Okay, now come to in detail, let's see and analyze this poem first. That is an essay on criticism by Alexander Pope. We have taken one stanza of that. A little learning is a dangerous thing. Drink deep or taste not the Pierian spring. Their shallow draughts intoxicate the brain, and drinking largely sobers us again. Fired at first sight with what the muse imparts, in fearless youth we tempt the heights of arts. Now children, let's see how we have to find out the rhyming words. See there, here in this first line there is a word thing, and that thing is matching with the next line spring. Thing, the accent which is ending with that word, see, thing and spring, which rhymes the same in the end. Okay, and we come to the next line. See there, brain and again imparts and arts. All these are rhyming words of this stanza. Let's move on to another poem, The West Wind. Here we found the word red. Okay, red. For that we are going to give rhyme scheme as A. And here for that red, dead is the rhyming word. Okay, for that we give the rhyming scheme as A only, because it rhymes the same, A. Okay, now we are moving on to next line, scatter. Okay, that scatter, what we give rhyme scheme? B. Okay, next is water. Okay, for that what do we give? B. Okay, now you see A, B, and next one is you find the rhyming word C, and the rhyme scheme is C. And here the last line, me, rhyming word, and for that also we give rhyme scheme ski. See, now the rhyme scheme has become A, B, and CC. Now come to our poem, what we are learning now. So in that poem, let us analyze both rhyming word and the rhyme scheme. See what is there? First the rhyming word began. For that rhyme scheme is A. And next word is man. For that rhyme scheme is A. And next rhyming word is birth. For that rhyme scheme is B and the next line earth, and for that rhyme scheme is B and the next word is stir, and for that rhyme scheme is C and the next word rhyming word is her, and for that rhyme scheme is C. Now we have understood the rhyme scheme for this our poem. Okay, let's see for the whole poem the rhyme scheme. Okay, first stanza AA, BB, CC we have done already now. For the second stanza DD, EE and FF, and for third stanza GG, HH, II, and for fourth stanza JJ, KK, LL, and for fifth stanza MM, NN, OO. So these are the rhyme scheme for our poem. Okay, you sit and think and work out so that you can understand better. Let's move on to our detailed part of this, that is the summary. So we have understood that CLM is nothing but Caroline L. Masefield, the poet's mother. Let's come to the summary now. We discuss John Masefield writes about his mother whom he has lost at the age of 6. He states how he began his journey in his mother's womb, which was dark, and how his mother had lost her beauty because of his birth and made him a man. Okay. Her beauty fed my common earth means that she has lost her beauty because of her pregnancy. Yes, all women sacrifices. This is another life for a woman, where she gives birth to a child, gives another life. Okay, we are moving on to the continued part. His experience in the womb is explained that he was not able to see, breathe, nor stir. Yet she gave him life, and now she is in the grave, where she could not see whether her love has transformed him into a good or bad, whether he uses his charm for ill or well. Okay, and now if she could come out from the grave gates, she would not recognize him, because he is a grown up man now, unless he allows his soul face and his sense to be seen by her, and what she had done to her. Here we can feel the yearning of a motherless child. Okay. Now finally he then thinks how he is going to repay the debt of being carried in a womb and going through wretched days till the birth of him. He feels that he cannot thank her enough. He then recollects how the world is now, how men's lust are roving without being untamed, and how women's life is trampled. He ends the poem by asking the gates of the grave to remain closed, otherwise he will be ashamed of the deeds of the men. Yes, children, see here we have understood what the poet wanted to convey us. He really is feeling guilt of few things which is present in this society. But let me ask sorry for the children, those who have no mother. But don't be sad. See the poet here, though he lost his mother in the age of 6, he has grown up and has become a world famous poet today. And you too should not lose heart telling you have no mother, but you should cheer up yourself and become something, so that you can give a tribute to your mother, so that she has brought you to this world. Let's conclude our poem by this statement: there is a story behind everything, but behind all your stories is always your mother's story, because Hers is where yours begins. Hers is where yours begins. Which album? We should never forget that mother is next to God. She is the only well-wisher without any expectation on this earth who cares for us with everlasting love. Okay, and please give her the respect. So take care of your mother so that she is a blessing to your life. Until she leaves, she takes care of you. She will not let you down. She will not let you alone. She will be with you as a moral support or as everything with you in all your problems. Okay, the figures of speech used in this poem. We have taken one sentence from this poem, that is, if we should meet, she would pass by me in the street. Unless my soul's face let her see my sense of what she did for me. Children, if you go through this line twice or thrice, for abstract thing the life has been given. That is called what? Personification. So that is called personification in the figures of speech. Now we are moving on to our gathered wisdom on mother. So there are two quotes here. Please read carefully and understand it. This should not be just quotes. It should be applied in our life. All that I am or ever hope to be, I owe to my angel. Who is that my angel? Mother. By whom? By Abraham Lincoln. Okay. Next quote is, 100 men may make an encampment, but it takes a woman to make a home. By whom? Chinese proverb. So you have to, I told you, it is not just a word. You have to take that into heart. You should understand what it means. Now let's move on to our page number 131. You can see a story there, that name is No Charge. Okay. By M. Adams. They have taken the story from Chicken Soup for the Soul. You really understand what a mother is. Whatever she does with love, with compassion, with wholeheartedly, with selflessly, she does for her family, not with a selfish motive. So that is highlighted in that story. Please sit and read, and please think about your mothers, how much they have been working. Some mothers, they get up, do everything, go for job, again come back, work, look after everybody, care for the sick, everything they do, but they have not been paid for that. So this is very important story. Please sit and read, and please understand how valuable person you have with you in the form of your mother. Okay, children. Now we are coming to the last point of this session, that is home assignment. Okay. First we are taking the questions from our textbook. Answer the following questions. Providing a happier life to one's mother will repay for all our sacrifice. What message does the poet want to convey in this line? Okay, next question is, what is unusual about the use of word least here? Next question is, do you like the poem CLM? If you like, you should say why. Okay. Now let's go to the comprehension questions, that is, write any best quality of your mother which you wish to follow in your life. Okay. You have been seeing your mother and you have to identify the best quality and write in your own words. Okay. Next one is think and answer. Cite any 3 examples from your family or the locality you live in of discrimination against women. Let's come to the end of this session, and hope you all enjoyed this poem, children. Thank you so much, and God bless you all. Thank you.